Hello, denizens of the internet. I'll get to the hubbub surrounding why a pile of ones and zeros is called an actress, AI or otherwise, and why does it even have a name? Tilly Norwood. I'm sure the Norwoods are very happy for her, or whatever it is. Do AI characters have preferred pronouns? Anyway, this is a discussion about AI, but first I want to start by coming at it as a former graphic designer. Now, most of us have had a hate-hate relationship with Fiverr, the online discount design and logo service that the cheapest of our clients used just so they didn't have to pay a proper fee for a properly executed branding and logo design. I won't go into what the difference is because I don't want to bore you to death, and most of you don't care. Fiverr's CEO, Mika Kaufman, cut 30% of the workforce to become an AI-first company. So this was a cut of internal staff, not designers, but much of the services Fiverr sells will also, I'm sure, will be done by AI in-house. So now most of those people who took opportunities away from us, creative types, will lose their jobs to AI. No, I'm not unhappy. I've never believed going for the lowest common denominator for branding was the best way to go, but when a client with no understanding of what proper branding is confuses a logo with brand, wants a cheap squiggle, then you know where they'll go. Frankly, over the years, I stopped arguing and let the client get their cheap-ass Fiverr logo because the process can be emotional and it can be drawn out. That isn't to say the quote-unquote professional graphic design firms that charge $1 million for a logo are always right. Just look at the Cracker Barrel fiasco. And if you're old enough, you'll also have noticed that Pepsi has moved back to its old 80s, 90s style of logo, ditching the swoopy Nike-inspired logo from 2008, which was frankly awful. I remember the rollout and the hilarious word salad marketing speak the Arnell Group used to describe the mess. I quote, dramatic music, please. The Pepsi brand evokes optimism and the future. The new identity manifests the brand's heritage while being absolutely new. Pepsi will move from a transactional experience to a transformational experience. Emotive forces shape brand identity. Pepsi's gravitational pull is a force of energy that shapes the trajectory of the brand for the next 5,000 years. The geometry of the new logo is inspired by the dynamics of the Golden Ratio, the Mona Lisa, the Parthenon, and the Renaissance. The Pepsi ratio is derived from the proportion of the universe, from magnetic fields, from the relativity of space and time. That's a lot of ass smoke, folks. The new 2023 Pepsi logo redesign was basically done in-house. My point is, big companies like having their genitals massaged, so high-end work will persist, but AI will take over entry-level stuff, no doubt, which is a shame because that's how I started my design business, by walking into businesses with terrible signage and telling the owner their logo sucked. Can I redesign it for you? The fear we have regarding movies, TV, books, etc. is AI represents the devaluation of creativity because it can only reinterpret what has already been created. And as everyone is being desensitized by substandard entertainment, which as much as we're addicted to and love our smartphone content or doom scrolling on X, it's rarely as slick as what the professional entertainment industry can execute. But the fact that the entertainment industry is having a hard time competing with the stupid shit we do here on YouTube, that should be a clear sign that something is wrong and they don't get it. Some of it is cost and the democratization of the business. Desktop publishing destroyed the traditional print typesetting business. The price difference between desktop published materials versus the output from typesetting services was so great, the difference in quality was irrelevant and the collapse was inevitable. I remember talking to a president from a big printing company who proudly told me he had just bought $1 million typesetting machine as we were both standing right next to a Macintosh, happily spewing out pages from an Apple LaserWriter, which he laughably dismissed as inferior. A year later, he had to write off his $1 million investment. Now, in the case of desktop publishing, if we're sticking with that metaphor, it got much better and more flexible over time than traditional typesetting. Will AI go through that same gestation period, initially take over because of its value delta, and then become a superior option? Unfortunately, the parallel ends there, as AI is more like re-Xeroxing a Xerox image that had been already Xeroxed over and over. It gets worse, not better. But my biggest fear is that people won't be able to tell the difference. They'll accept the devalued output. And now we have this Variety headline. AI actress Tilly Norwood draws backlash from Melissa Barrera and Lucas Gage, and more Hollywood names, as creator defends her as a new tool and not a replacement for a human being. The creators of Tilly should be quaking in their boots now that Hollywood royalty like Melissa Barrera and Lucas Gage are after them. And what did Variety mean by more Hollywood names like the voice cast from Dora the Explorer? To quell the fears of these superstars, Tilly creator Eline van der Velden wrote, "To those who have expressed anger over the creation of my AI character Tilly Norwood, she is not a replacement for a human being, but a creative work, a piece of art. The fact that Hollywood agents are interested in Tilly just goes to show how good the acting pool is in Tinseltown." This book is not closed. In the meantime, I am concerned about the massive resources AI requires to operate the servers, the electricity, the water cooling, the real estate, just so people can create AI actors like Tilly or generate pictures of women with large boobs. There is no doubt that AI is being targeted at much more serious corporate endeavors, but the trivial shit is what we are seeing every day. I just hope that's not what's using most of the energy. Excuse me, I have to head off. I'm busy putting the head of someone I hate onto Hitler's animated body. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.